see. Holy crap, it finally works. I think. You're live. Whew, finally. Start off with this. You say, like, Jeff's not coming on live. I am live. It's just this laptop is giving me the worst problems, period. Whew. Just drives me to drink. Want to do anything else? Okay. Well, now the thing is going. Time is ticking. Let's start off by talking about two bands and how do they influence what happened to me in New Jersey. First band is Kiss. This band I've been a huge fan of since I was a kid. And before anybody said anything else, I'll start off by saying like anybody who's a generation Xer, you know, do not be afraid to stand up and be counted. Anybody who's into 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s hard rock, heavy metal, do not be afraid to stand up and be counted. And like I said, quite simply this. I'll start off with Kiss. Here, if you're the most corn-fed, redneck country music person on the planet, chances are you heard of Kiss. I don't care if you're a hip hop crazy, ghetto, Colt 45, whatever, hip hop, gangster, drill rapper, chances are you heard Kiss. Even Christian or gospel singers or musicians, they at least heard of Kiss because Kiss have been that prolific in the American conscience since the 1970s. But I digress. Now, what does Kiss have to do with the band who caused me to get stranded in New Jersey? Well, let's go forward to, like I say, to my high school. It was going to my senior year, and I'm not gonna lie to you. My senior year in high school was horrific. Junior year was bad. I was really bad. I was very unhappy. Senior year, seventh level of hell. I was unhappy. I was angry, depressed, sad. I hated a lot of people in my high school. You have no idea. There's like a handful of people, a very small number of people I call friends, and there's some people that like I'm cool with who like I have no problems with, but as a whole, a lot of other people I just purely hated and want to hurt them, but I can't because if I take a swing at them, guess what? I held back one more year, which I don't want. So one of the few things that keep my sanity was like those few friends, to remind me that life's not that horrible. And ironically enough, though, I was going like from I tried to be a hip hopper in years prior. It didn't work out. It felt like I was being a fake. I just can't do it. I tried getting the music, the clothing. I can't do it. It's not me. And the irony is like I was into rock music since I was a kid. But that's like another story for another time. Long story short, I became a full blown headbanger and a metalhead came senior year. I mean, like over summer, I became hard rocker headbanger, from junior to senior year over the summer. So I think like near the end of my senior year, I was like, okay, give up. Just look forward to get out of school, get the hell out of it because I was so fed up. Then I saw a flyer that says New York Fury, which is another thing. Anybody, I do mean anybody who remembers New York Fury, this local New York band. The basis of the band is Gene Hunter, and the drummer is Ron Hunter. Anybody that has any information about those guys, please hit me up in comments. Please. But long story short, I saw a flyer. This is like going towards the summer, saying something about my diploma and graduating, get out of this New York High School, aka the cesspool. Like I graduated in New York High School in 1987, but I don't want to acknowledge it as New York High School. I will call it the cesspool. Plain and simple. Yes, and I said it. That school's a cesspool. Period. But anyway, I saw one of the flyers is for a rock band. Now, mind you, at that time I was a full blown headbanger. I was a full blown rocker. I was wearing like the shirts. I was getting the posters. I was getting the music. There's only one thing missing. Go to the actual concert. And sure as anything though, there was a flyer for New York Fury playing in New York High School in the auditorium. I forgot what day it was. I think it may be like May or June, I think. And I went. I forgot how much it cost me. Not too much, like $10. Don't know. I paid $10, and the crowd was crazy, rowdy, and some weird reason I thought I could be out of place. But let's face facts. Let's face facts. It turns out black people in that rock music crowd, you're not gonna see many, especially around the time at the time like in late '80s. You're not gonna see that many black guys into hard rock heavy metal. You're not gonna see that many. Mm-mm. Very far in between. And I can safely say it's maybe like me and I think two or three other guys and girls who's into hard rock heavy metal. I could count almost in one hand in New York High School people of color who's into the hard rock heavy metal. But long story short, I went to auditorium and I saw New York Fury. And the first thing that popped in my mind when I saw them, I thought of Kiss. Yes, like I said, I'm a huge Kiss fan. I saw them, my brain thinking, wow, these guys might remind me of Kiss. And I saw the show, the music, the pyrotechnics, the action, the energy. I was hooked. Oh my goodness, I was hooked instantly. And like I was like, I came out with this renewed energy. I could not believe that. Like, I'm sorry, you could throw me in a hip hop concert, you could throw me in a rap concert, not the same. Not the same. I will come back and tell you my experience when I went to a Living Color concert. And when I tell you like what I experienced, you'd be going like, you'd be shaking your head at that, but that's another story for another time. But anyway, though, after New York Fury, I tried to go to some concerts. Like, places like L'Amour's in Brooklyn, the rock capital of the world and all that, and a lot of rock bands went there. I went to the Ritz. I went to Roseland. Now, there's a place called Roseland in Johnstown, but it's like a skating ring. The Roseland in Manhattan is, and I wish I was exaggerating, it's about maybe more than 10 times for the Roseland skating place right there in Johnstown. Much bigger, 10 times bigger, if not bigger. Now, I don't go too far off about New York Fury. Long story short, I was going to the concerts like crazy, but I saw a flyer for New York Fury. I say, and I think this is like about 2, 3 years. Yeah, I say about 2, 3 years after I graduated from high. Yeah, I say 2, 3 years after I graduated from high school, I finally caught up with one of the flyers that say where New York Fury is going to play at. And anybody who heard Club Benet, please let me know too. So I found a way to go place at Club Benet. I found a way to get there. I think I went by New Jersey Path that I took. I forgot what train went there. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot. There's a New Jersey train that goes like from where the Path train station is at to I think Sanville, I think, to Club Benet. Somehow I found my way to there. There's another local band they call Cheap Trick. They opened for them. And I had a blast, like once again, talked to the guys a little bit, knew a few to play great music and all that. It was pretty cool. Now, I left, had a blast, said I look forward to see these guys again. Now comes my dilemma. I forgot what time I came in, but when I left, it must have been like close to 10:30, something like that. It may be closer to 11. By the time I try to go to the same train station, it's about 11. I checked the time. The train will not come back until like 4 or 5 in the morning, maybe 6. It's 11 o'clock saying, oh my, how do I get home? So I started walking, and I actually flagged down a police car saying, "This way you can take me over to the bridge to Staten Island." Now, mind you, as you can tell, I'm black, African American. The cop who picked me up and took me over the bridge, he was white. This cop could say no or could threaten me. He just simply transported me to Staten Island. That was it. This proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that these cops are not here to hunt us down and kill us all. No. While yes, unfortunately, there are some cops who are racist. There are some cops who have no problem bringing harm to anybody of color. But guess what? It's our responsibility to go after politicians to do something about it. But until that happens, nothing's going to happen. But at the same time, though, any cops who are doing a good deed, doing good works, they should be elevated and celebrated. You know, reward the good cops, punish the bad cops. It's that simple. You know, but I digress. Once the good cop he dropped me off on the other side of the outer bridge, he drive by the expressway. I said, okay, cool. My thinking like go by the expressway, sooner or later find a path to take me home. I forgot like what expressway I was going. And somehow as I go on the expressway, I look down, there was a bus stop. I think like, heck, I'm going for it. I got the expressway, ran down to the bus stop. And with and God was with me that morning. Because no sooner as I got down to the bus stop, maybe about a few minutes later, it was the Staten Island 74 came by, picked me up. I told him like where I'm going. He said I'll wake up when we get near. I appreciate it. And trust me, I'm that ride must is definitely more than an hour. I promise that ride is more than an hour because I remember passing out. And I remember in 74, let's see. The best the bus can do is drop you up near Park Hill, Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt Avenue, and I think, yeah, Vanderbilt and Targy. Yeah, Vanderbilt and Targy Street in Park Hill. Now, mind you, I forgot what time it was. For all I know, maybe 2, 3 in the morning. And that's the worst time to be in Park Hill, 2, 3 in the morning. That is the worst time to be out there. Because you got gangs, you got somebody out to rob you, but I was too tired to care. All thing I could do is like walk home, pray nobody trying to come up upon me, and that's it. Now somehow I got home. I think I walked like another, say about half a mile or so, maybe about 3/4 of a mile. No, I'm kidding. I think I walked about almost a mile home. Didn't care. Got to my crib, locked the door behind me. I was out. I was out like a light. I was out cold. But I was beyond grateful I got home. I was beyond grateful I made it. But here's the funny thing though. I was not mad at the band. I was grateful I met them. And some funny reason I felt like I wrote a letter to them. I got the address where the band is at. I wrote a letter to them. It's like, what happened? I said, well, despite what happened, I still look forward to seeing you guys because you guys were great. You're the reason why I go to rock concerts. And I think it was one, either Gene or Ron, they got the letter. They read it to the band. The guy's like, wow. They were blown away. And I think the last time I saw them, there was at Nemours, Brooklyn. And next thing you know, like they will open up to the song from Frank Sinatra, New York, New York, which I think is pretty cool. One of the songs that New York people sang was called I Want It All. I'm positive that. I'm so positive that. In fact, they play in the radio station, I Want It All. And I enjoyed it. You know, talked to the one to the band members. I was so happy to see them. I was beyond excited. But unfortunately, like about a few months later, like they advertised where they're gonna be playing, but they disappeared. I don't know if they broke up, something happened. I have no idea. So anybody who knows the story behind New York Fury, please hit me up in the comment section. I'm going to update the stream, but put my email address, my other usual information that goes with it. So any information about New York Fury, please hit me up. And I'm probably gonna see if I can find any merchandise. If they have any old New York Fury T-shirts, I'm gonna find it. Hope if they have it, I'll buy it and I'll come back here and I'll be rocking it. And if anyone can tell me about Paul, not Paul, Gene and Ron Hunter. Like I said, Gene was the basis of the group. Ron was the drummer of the group. The irony is because of New York Fury, I was loving going to concerts. I love going to concerts. I love going to concerts in New York. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Now you think, like, well, people be asking, like, what about? Have you been to hip hop, soul, whatever concerts? Yes and no. Let's say I tried the other stuff live, and I'm like, no. I'm sorry, no, not the least. My honest reaction to, like, say, to soul, reggae, hip hop, it's like, no, thank you. No offense, music's nice, but it's not enough to make me buy their merch. It's not enough to make you go to their shows. Sorry, I'm sorry. Now, right now, I'm more going into classic rock. I'm more classic rock. Believe it or not, I get into Christian hymns. Yes, I'm going to church. I'm one of the deacons at the church. And just in case people are curious, this is not no alcoholic drink. This is candy dry bow ginger ale. Looks good, tastes good. But in closing, I want to apologize for the stream being late because this laptop gave me problems, which tells me if I got to really upgrade. I got to upgrade the laptop. I got to upgrade my computer because let's let's face facts. Both these guys are old. In fact, when I got the laptop, this laptop is old. I have a computer I've been using for uploading my streams. So far, so good, but let's face fact, that computer is old too. It could be worse. It could be a Commodore 64 that I really would have issues. No question about that. But long story short, um, that's the story how I almost got straight in New Jersey. But I enjoyed the experience of this rock group, Fury, and I've been going to a lot of rock concerts. I'm not gonna lie to you, the last rock concert I've actually been to, well, the last heavy metal concert I've been to was the summer of 2011, which was Judas Priest when it came to the Johnstown War Memorial. Now, mind you, I saw the whole band, Judas Priest, minus Halford in New York. I saw Rob Halford minus Judas Priest in New York. How crazy is that? When I finally get to see the whole band, Halford and the band, I think maybe minus like one person, but Judas Priest as a whole, don't get me wrong, the show was awesome and I enjoyed it. I only got one problem though. The entry level in the War Memorial was low. And this is not a dig toward the people at Johnstown. I got great love for them. It's just like they're very, very, very laid back. And I can't knock them for it. Now this is New York City, people be losing their minds. Trust me, I tell you, I've been to enough of these concerts where like the entry level is so crazy. By the time you walk away and go home, you had to drag yourself out because you were depleted all your energy in that rock concert, guaranteed. But in closing, though, I would give thanks for the band New York Fury. I want to say thank you to Gene and Ron and the world you opened up to me. And don't get me wrong, like I said, the hard rock heavy metal world is like a Clint Eastwood movie, the good, the bad, the ugly. But it was quite a ride. So let's say it was quite a ride. But like I said, I apologize for the late start. Like I did say, between 11 and 12, the laptop gave me problems like you wouldn't believe. I had to like reboot like twice. But I got it going now. That's the good news. I got it going now. I'm happy about that. So to close here, I want to say stay safe out there in this world because let's face fact, this world's going crazier and crazier. It's not going to stop till one person comes back and fixes everything. And I do mean everything. And yeah, I said what I said. So, YouTube fam, thank you. Love each other. Peace. God bless. As I drink this.